I hear the train a-comin', it's comin' round the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Eduardo, it's been forever, hasn't it, man? I know. All the storms that were coming up and knocking out all our power, and we didn't have the internet for like 18 days, and then the Memorial Day weekend came up, and we had our friend Jack, and then hanging out, man, 90 proof. Hey! This is the finally forever and a day, and now that school's out, I'm actually going to be able to get these videos out a little bit more often for you guys. Is the Afterfight Afterthought for the James DeGale George Groves fight, which I severely apologize for, but I mean, my internet was gone and stuff happens, man. We just got to roll with it. So looking, this is the before, during, and after for the fight, and I even throw in a little bit of a round by round, and start out with James DeGale. This is a must-win. He is the heavy favorite going into the fight. Has his mouth cost him? Is he taking the fight too lightly? He looks to be the better fighter on video. If you look at their last 3 fights, he's the one that definitely showed remarkable improvement. And he has the skills, but is he taking the fight serious enough? Going over to George Groves, you look at it, has he improved? Because he looked bad in his last 3 fights. He did not look like a fighter that was, really worthy of the title shot for the BBC. And can he improve his flaws enough to win? The mind games. He's won once. He's got the confidence going in. Lose, and it's back to the drawing board. Because, I mean, he is ranked 52nd. So if he loses, he's falling all the way down. He's fighting Paul Smith. He might already fight him anyway. No respect. He's not given any respect. DeGale is getting all the respect in the world with his ranking, and Groves, not so much. And DeGale talked a lot of smack, man. Ran his mouth a lot, so he really wants to punch him in the face. And David Haye is bragging about his sparring and stuff, and he had done with Paul Williams. So it's going to be exciting to see how it turns out. Going into the fight, you see it, the feeling out and everything like that. You can noticeably tell that Groves has changed his style in there. He's keeping distance or mixing it up on the ropes, trading. DeGale lands, a nice left-right in there. I thought he won the first round. Going into the second, Groves is dancing around, staying on his pedal, not really engaging into heavy combat or anything like that, but he is showing you something that you just haven't seen or weren't thinking about, and it looks like it is definitely confusing DeGale in there, and he takes the next 2 rounds. Actually, I had him taking the next 3 rounds in that. And it looked like DeGale was just hoping for that one punch to land, and never happens. Round 5, DeGale seems to be taking control back again, and you're kind of hoping for it. And like I said, I gave that round to DeGale. Round 6, all these rounds, by the way, could have scored anyway, depending on what fight you were watching. If you were watching the wow, Groves looks really improved fight, you'd probably be giving him every round if you wanted to, really. If you were watching the wow, even though Groves looks improved and DeGale looks like a bum, or he looks like he's lost, he's still engaging and winning any meaningful exchange, so you'd be leaning toward him as well. Unless you just hate him, and then you're just hoping Groves wins every round anyway. As I said, in round 6, they're just kind of looking at each other. Nothing really happens. They trade some jabs back and forth. DeGale lands some lefts. And I had that round a draw. In the 7th round, DeGale definitely landed the more meaningful shots and everything like that. So I gave that round to him. Round 8. Starts off slow, pity-pat punches, going back and forth. Left by DeGale, right by Groves. They're trading left hands. Left hook by Groves, and then, left by DeGale. Still gave that round to Groves. Ninth round starts out a bit faster. Groves appears cut. They're throwing punches. Groves actually looks hurt in this round. DeGale actually opened up, started throwing more than one punch at a time. It was the most significant trading in the entire fight, and DeGale won that. When he lets his hands go, he lands the shots. Unfortunately, he didn't let his hands go. Around 10, you're impressed with the fact that Groves actually recovers and he's able to keep his distance. DeGale looks cut in this round. Groves lands the more shots, not the more effective punches. So, again, these rounds are so hard to score that, it's almost impossible. In the 10th round, I gave to Groves. In the 11th and the 12th round, I gave to DeGale. I thought he had outworked in a way that his punches that landed were better. They were more efficient. They seemed to do more damage. And anytime they traded, DeGale always seemed to win the trade. So I scored the fight 115 to 114 for DeGale. Obviously, I was wrong, but I'm still saying that's how I scored the fight, so I'm not BSing you guys. Again, any of these rounds could have went either way. On both these fighters, will there be a rematch? Will DeGale finally decide that, hey, I need to get serious? Talking smack is great, but you got to back it up. The loss could have been the best thing that ever happened for him. Maybe shut his mouth up a little bit and decide to actually get out there and fight some people. Maybe an Alfonso Lopez or LaFerrell Bunting. I don't see a rematch with Paul Smith. He blew him out of the water. Going over to Groves on that, will there be a rematch? Or is he going to look at getting the EBU light middleweight title off of Piotr Walczewski? Try that, say that like 43 times. He's the EBU super middleweight champ. So, Corin Gravor would be a nice one there. Maybe Paul Smith, if he wants to take a little bit of a step back, or test himself a little more with like a Don George from the Chi-Town, Illinois. Jean-Paul the Ducker after Butte knocks him out. Or Carolee Balze. Dude, that's wrong, man. I don't even want to, L and Z's in there, Balze. Anyway, when you look at it, much props to Groves. It looks like he is willing to change his style. I would like to see him set on his punches a little more. Because, you have 13 wins and 10 by knockout. But the way he fought this last fight, there's no way he's knocking out any top guy. Because you can't dance, man. You actually have to settle down eventually and land those meaningful shots to back those guys off. At no point in time did he have DeGale hurt. So he's going to have to look at starting to set on some shots, knowing when to set, fire his shots off, and then get back on the bike and get out there and dance around and pop the jab out and keep him away. So, but at the same time, kudos to him. Bless him. Please let me know. Comment, rate, subscribe. I apologize again for being late. I'm going to start getting out about 2 videos a day from here on in, starting Monday, and we'll get this summer rolling. All right? Well, hey, it's Bigragu. I'm out.